Okay, today's video is on gray market Windows keys and how Windows Activation works. The information comes from my own professional experiences. I am owner of JCMP Technology Services. We are an OEM systems builder and we have clients with volume license agreements. I have worked for 2 Tier 1 manufacturers in their refurbishing and manufacturing facilities, and I have written Windows P images for these same companies and their Pixie servers. So how Tier 1 PC manufacturers activated and imaged PCs from Windows XP to Windows 7. After assembly, the PC would be booted off the network card into a Pixie image, which is pre-execution environment. System would load a pre-activated image on a new PC. An image would be activated using a master key specific to that manufacturer. Assembly tech would then slap on a Windows OEM COA with a key on it that was actually technically never used, and send it on down the line to QA and shipping. Again, this all varies depending on the specific manufacturer. Some do a little bit more QA than others, but the activation process is the same. And Microsoft had to kind of change a lot of this due to piracy. So pirates initially started distributing Windows media with OEM master keys auto-inserted using scripts. Microsoft responds by requiring manufacturer BIOS to match the key. And then pirates create a bootloader that emulates the BIOS to get around that. At the same time, home builders and pirates also started realizing that those product keys on those Tier 1 machines were never used. They're different than the product key that activated Windows. So they would start taking pictures and posting them up on forums and giving away all these licenses, and people would start redeeming them for free Windows 7. Many users with genuine license had turned to pirated versions because they couldn't get recovery media. So Microsoft decides to change everything with Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and 10. So no more printed COAs for large manufacturers. Tier 1 manufacturers still image from a server, but the server also flashes the BIOS, so it embeds the product key in the UEFI. This product key cannot be transferred or reused. All Windows licenses are now attached to a specific machine, or in some instances a Microsoft account. This eliminates the need for the key during the installation. They also freely distribute Windows 7 or Windows 10 media now, and Windows 7 keys can activate Windows 10. So they made things a lot easier for people with genuine Windows licenses to get Windows 10, while closing a lot of loopholes that pirates and hackers used. So enough of the history lesson. Where do all these gray market keys come from? Well, I can tell you what they're not. They are not volume license keys. Especially with Windows 10, Office 2016, they issue 1 key per 25 activations. So where a lot of a really popular video misclaim that, these companies buy up bulk keys and have tons and tons of keys extra, that's not true. So a company with 200 PCs is only going to have 8 keys. So it doesn't really leave a lot of extras to sell. And also these keys can be traced back to the original registered owner if they're leaked, so they know what company will leak them. So Microsoft even has local activation servers for their larger customers. These customers have a virtually unlimited activations with their key. The catch is, if the PC is off the network for 30 days or more, it will deactivate the Windows or Office product. I actually had this happen to a customer. She called me because her IT department was gone for the week because it was Christmas week, and she works from home and she was behind. During the course of the conversation, I found out she had not been using her VPN, because most of what she did through a web portal that didn't require the VPN, and the VPN slowed her connection down. But the VPN was required so that she could talk to the activation server. So she reconnects to the VPN, reboots a few times, and lo and behold, Windows and Office is reactivated again. So I can say almost 100% certainty that any key on the whole gray market, they're not volume licenses. No way. Now, before I continue, we are a Microsoft OEM systems builder, so everything we do here is legitimate. And all of our keys are legitimate. Anything we sell has an OEM license. But I did do this for research because I wanted to see why all these people who don't care about the rules, all these small little builders, all these home builders popping up, or pushing computers out on all these marketplaces much cheaper than we can. And is there a catch? So I went and purchased 10 Windows Pro keys from various gray sites. All the keys $20 and below. SD keys is where I purchased them from, or SD, whatever the one that Yes Man recommends. All of those were the cheapest, but they were not actually Windows 10 keys. They were Windows 7 Pro keys. Now they will still activate Windows 10, no problem. And these are probably your less, as far as morally compromising places to buy the keys, because these are most likely pulled from unsold or discarded OEM pre-builds. The rest they brought from Kingwin were $30 or more, and they appeared to be actual Windows 10 keys. They weren't volume licenses, but I can't say they were OEM either, because normally when you activate an OEM key, it changes the installation ID to actually have OEM somewhere in the line. This one didn't do that. None of these did that. They're all genuine. They all activate. They all checked as genuine. Your chances of being flagged are slim to none. I know other videos have said, that they can repeal these keys and blah, blah, blah. The only time that's ever happened was with Windows 7 and XP, not Windows 10, and they were volume keys or keys posted on pirate sites. They were not keys that somebody bought. So basically, if you're going to buy one of these keys, don't share them. Use it, throw it away. But you probably shouldn't buy them. That's just my own moral ground. That's just because we have to follow the rules. So what's fair is fair. But at the end of the day, using them is your own personal decision. So I don't think there's any chance the keys will ever be revoked. But they are definitely not volume licensed, like I keep seeing other YouTubers. I'm not a YouTuber, I'm an IT contractor, but I've seen other videos where they keep saying that they're volume licensed keys, and that's just not true. So go ahead, buy them if you want. If you are, I would not recommend buying them, but if you are, you're better off going with the cheaper ones if you care about, not getting a key that's been purchased with a stolen credit card. Because that's about the only thing I can't debunk, because that is still a possibility, especially with the more expensive ones, the ones $3 or more from Kingwin. Those have the highest probability of being a stolen key. The 5 that I bought from SD Keys were all Windows 7 Pro OEM keys that were just never redeemed. Again, that whole loophole, they're printed on the COA, stuck to the tower, but never actually used. So, at the end of the day, if you want to use it, that is your choice. But I just thought I'd let people know where they really come from, or where the places they could actually come from, at least the ones that we've come across. They are not volume license keys.